Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Today, I want to share something that has the potential to completely transform your life. This isn't just another random video or a simple lesson. What we're about to discuss is personality growth. It's one of the most crucial aspects of life, yet sadly, no school or university really teaches us about it. Think about it. We spend years studying mathematics, history, or science, but when it comes to real world skills, how to build confidence, how to influence others, how to express ourselves, or how to shape a personality that naturally earns respect, nobody gives us proper guidance. That's why so many people end up investing thousands of dollars in workshops, coaching sessions, or self help books. Deep inside, they know that without a strong personality, achieving success is nearly impossible. But personality development isn't only about appearance or fluent speaking. It's about how others perceive you, how they respond when you interact, and the impression you leave every single time you walk into a room, hold a conversation, or introduce yourself. The good news? You don't need to spend a fortune to learn this. In today's digital age, we have the internet. If you're genuinely determined to improve, everything you need is already available online. Knowledge is free, learning is accessible, personal growth has no limits, and achieving success is more possible than ever before. However, there's a challenge: distraction. 10 or 15 years ago, people didn't spend endless hours glued to smartphones, scrolling through social media feeds, or binge watching random content. But today, many waste hours on entertainment instead of building themselves. The real issue isn't lack of opportunity, it's lack of focus. If you learn to control your attention, use technology wisely, and cultivate the right skills, you'll already be ahead of 99% of others. That's exactly what this session is about. By the end of this lesson, you'll clearly understand how to craft a powerful personality that earns respect, makes people listen, and attracts positive attention. And as an added benefit, this will also strengthen your English listening skills. So make sure you watch until the end. And if you truly want daily growth, subscribe so we can learn, grow, and progress together. Now let's begin with the very first and most essential part of personality development: communication skills, the foundation of influence, confidence, and success. Let's be very clear. Your ability to communicate effectively is the most valuable skill you can ever build. When you master communication, you become more confident, form deeper relationships, and leave a lasting impression on everyone you meet. But here's the catch: most people believe they're good communicators when, in reality, they're not. Common mistakes include poor eye contact, speaking too fast or too slow, weak body language, lack of active listening, and unclear expression. Let's break this down step by step. 1. Eye contact, the silent signal of confidence. Picture this: you're speaking to two people. One avoids your eyes and keeps looking away, while the other maintains calm, steady eye contact. Who do you trust and respect more? Obviously, the second. Eye contact builds confidence and credibility. Avoiding it makes you look unsure or untrustworthy. But when you hold the right level of eye contact, people pay attention and see you as more authoritative. Practice tip: next time you're in a conversation, maintain eye contact for 3 to 5 seconds. Don't stare aggressively, don't keep looking down. Just keep a relaxed gaze and nod slightly while listening. This small habit immediately boosts how confident you appear. 2. Speaking with the right pace. Nervous people tend to speak too fast while others drag their words too slowly and bore the listener. The solution is balance. Speak with calm control and deliberate energy. Pause briefly before key points. Slow down slightly when you want your message to sink in. Speed up just a little when creating excitement. This technique keeps your audience engaged and makes your words more impactful. 3. The art of listening. One of the most underrated skills in communication is genuine listening. When you truly listen, you make others feel valued, and in return, they respect you more. Most people fall into the habit of talking too much. Instead of truly listening, they're busy planning what they'll say next. But the best communicators always listen more than they speak. Why? Because genuine listening makes others feel appreciated. It earns their respect. It makes them remember you as someone who really understands them. Here's a simple exercise. In your next conversation, don't rush to prepare your response. Instead, give your full attention to what the other person is saying. When they finish, pause for a moment before replying. While they speak, nod gently to show you're engaged. These small gestures create trust and respect almost instantly. 2. Body language. Speaking without words. Did you know? Words only make up about 7% of communication. The rest comes from your tone and body language. That means even if you choose the perfect words, if your posture and movements are weak, people won't take you seriously. So, how do you fix this? Start with your stance. Picture two individuals standing in front of you. One has an upright back, relaxed shoulders, and radiates calm confidence. The other slouches, looks at the ground, and fidgets nervously. Who seems stronger? Obviously, the first. Your posture communicates long before you open your mouth. From now on, keep your spine straight, shoulders relaxed, and chin slightly lifted. Try practicing in front of a mirror. You'll instantly feel more self-assured. Your hands also matter. They can make you appear either nervous or expressive. Use natural gestures when speaking and keep your palms open instead of hiding them. Avoid excessive pointing. It can come across as aggressive. Subtle shifts in how you move your hands can completely change the way people perceive your confidence. 3. Money management. The skill that shapes your future. People spend their entire lives working hard to earn money. But earning money isn't the real challenge. The challenge is protecting it, growing it, and using it wisely. Think about it. Why do some high earners end up broke, while others with average salaries quietly build wealth? The answer lies in money management. Without it, no matter how much you earn, you'll always feel stressed and unstable. Unfortunately, schools don't teach us this. They train us to get a job, but not to handle a paycheck. They drill us in complex equations, but not in budgeting. They explain business theories, but not how to stay out of debt. As a result, countless people live paycheck to paycheck, drowning in loans, still struggling even in their 40s or 50s. But here's the encouraging part. It's never too late to take charge of your finances. Let's break it down into practical rules that can completely change your financial life. The 50-30-20 rule, your map for smarter spending. One of the biggest mistakes people make is spending without structure. To avoid that, follow this rule. 50% of your income goes to essentials: rent, food, bills, basic needs. 30% goes to wants: entertainment, shopping, hobbies, 20% goes into savings and investments. This system allows you to enjoy life while still building long term wealth. Most people, however, do the opposite. They waste 70% or more on things they don't need, save only if there's anything left, which rarely happens, and then fall into credit card debt. Don't be that person. Pay yourself first. Set aside your savings before you start spending. The power of investing, making money. Work for you, wealthy people don't just save, they grow their money. Saving alone won't protect you because inflation keeps eroding value. For example, $10,000 saved today will be worth less in 10 years. That's why you must invest. Invest in assets that grow, stocks, mutual funds, real estate, or even businesses. Even small, consistent investments compound over time. For instance, if you invest $500 every month in a mutual fund with an average return of 12% annually in 20 years, you'd have over $500,000. That's the magic of compound growth. The earlier you start, the greater the results. Many people delay, thinking they'll invest when they earn more. But that's the biggest mistake. Start small, but start now. Eliminate debt, escaping the financial trap. A lot of people earn well but remain broke. Why? Because they're chained to loans and credit cards. The worst form of spending is buying things you don't truly need with money you don't actually have. Do you really need the newest smartphone if yours still works fine? Do you really need luxury brands just to impress others? Do you need to eat out every weekend? The wealthy invest first and spend later. The poor spend first and never invest at all. Adopt this rule. If you can't afford to buy it twice, you can't afford it. 4. Survival skills. Knowledge that could save your life. You might accumulate wealth, but if you don't know how to survive in difficult situations, money won't help you. Without survival skills, most people today are completely unprepared if something suddenly goes wrong. Imagine you're caught in an emergency. What if someone nearby collapses and needs help? What if your car breaks down in the middle of nowhere? What if you get lost in an unfamiliar place? Survival skills aren't just for explorers or outdoor enthusiasts, they're for everyone. First aid, the difference between life and death. Picture this: someone faints right in front of you. What would you do? Most people freeze because they don't know how to respond. But with basic first aid knowledge, you could save a life. Learn CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, to restart a heartbeat. Learn how to stop bleeding with simple materials. Learn what to do when someone is choking. These skills could save a family member, a friend, or even a stranger in a critical moment. Finding your way without GPS. These days, everyone relies on Google Maps. But what happens if your phone battery dies or there's no signal? You should know how to orient yourself using landmarks, the position of the sun, or even basic map reading. Being able to navigate without technology can make all the difference in an emergency. 5. Etiquette, the skill that earns you. Respect everywhere. You can be wealthy, smart, and successful, but without proper manners, people won't truly respect you. Etiquette isn't about being fake, it's about showing respect for others, which makes them respect you in return. The art of speaking politely. Notice how certain people command respect the instant they speak? It's not because they use complicated vocabulary, it's their tone and courtesy. For example, instead of saying, "Give me that," say, "Could you please pass that to me?" Instead of "What?" say, Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat it? Small adjustments like these make you sound professional, respectful, and approachable. Table manners. Little habits, big impact. Whether you're eating casually with friends or attending a business dinner, how you behave at the table says a lot about you. Don't speak with your mouth full. Avoid making loud chewing noises. Place your napkin on your lap. At a buffet, take only what you can finish. These simple habits leave a lasting impression on others. 6. Coding, the modern superpower. In the 21st century, coding isn't limited to software engineers. No matter your profession, learning basic programming gives you a huge advantage. The world is becoming more digital by the day. Businesses are moving online. AI and automation are reshaping jobs. If you can code, you won't need to rely on others to build things. Even with basic knowledge, you could automate repetitive tasks, design your own website, or create apps that solve real problems. Coding is like learning a new language, the one computers understand. Start simple. Python for beginners, HTML and CSS for website building, JavaScript for interactivity. You don't need to become an expert. Just knowing the basics can put you far ahead of most people. These skills aren't just about career growth, they empower you in everyday life. The more you learn, the more unstoppable you become. 7. Marketing, the force that shapes the world. What do Apple, Tesla, and Coca-Cola all share? They dominate industries even though plenty of alternatives exist. There are countless smartphones, yet people buy iPhones. Many car brands exist, but Tesla stands out. Numerous sodas exist, but Coca-Cola is still the global leader. Why? Because of marketing. Marketing isn't just about selling products. It's about understanding human desires and emotions, making people believe they need something, and creating demand where none existed. You may think, I'm not in business, so why does this matter? But the truth is, marketing is everywhere in life. In a job interview, you're marketing yourself. On social media, you're marketing your lifestyle. When meeting new people, you're marketing your personality. When persuading others, you're marketing your ideas. Marketing is simply the art of influence. If you master it, you'll never lack opportunities, whether it's clients, jobs, or partnerships. You'll be able to sell anything, a product, an idea, or even yourself. Here's the truth. People rarely make decisions logically. They decide emotionally, then justify logically. Why do people buy luxury cars? Not out of necessity, but for status. Why do people spend on expensive perfumes? To feel attractive. Why do people line up for the latest iPhone? Not because their old one is broken, but because they want to feel special. Marketing is about understanding these emotions and turning them into value. The 3 pillars of powerful marketing. 1. Personal branding. People don't buy products first, they buy you. Trust, confidence, and credibility are the true currency. Look at Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, or Jeff Bezos. Their companies thrived because of their personal brands. Even if Apple released a useless product, people would still buy it because they trust the brand. If you're job hunting, market yourself as the best candidate. If you're freelancing, market yourself as the best service provider. If you're an entrepreneur, market yourself as a problem solver. 2. Storytelling. The best marketers don't sell objects, they sell stories. Nike doesn't sell shoes, it sells inspiration. Apple doesn't sell phones, it sells innovation and prestige. Starbucks doesn't sell coffee, it sells an experience. Stories make products unforgettable. For example, instead of saying, "This book teaches investing," say, "This book helped a college dropout become a millionaire by 30." The second version sparks curiosity and emotion. It's far more persuasive. If you master the art of storytelling, you can sell almost anything to anyone. The power of social media marketing. In the past, promoting a product or idea required millions of dollars. Today, platforms like Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Facebook give you that power for free. If you learn how to showcase yourself effectively online, you can build a personal brand without big budgets, attract clients without paid ads, and create opportunities without even needing a degree. The problem is, most people use social media only for entertainment. They spend endless hours scrolling, watching others succeed, but never use these tools to build their own success. Don't make that mistake. Use social platforms to promote yourself, your skills, and your ideas. Marketing is, without question, one of the most valuable abilities you can ever develop. Once you master it, financial struggles will never hold you back again. 8. Time management, the skill that shapes your whole life. Have you ever wondered why some people achieve massive success while others struggle, even though we all have the same 24 hours? The difference isn't luck, intelligence, or connections. It's how they manage their time. Time is the most precious resource in existence. Unlike money, once it's gone, you can never get it back. Most people waste countless hours on meaningless activities, then complain about not having time to build their careers, learn new skills, improve their health, or spend with loved ones. The truth is, it's not about lacking time, it's about failing to manage it. Every highly successful person is a master of time. They don't let distractions dictate their lives. They don't let social media steal their focus. They don't waste hours on people or habits that don't help them grow. If you don't take control of your time will control you. Look at your daily routine. How much of it is spent scrolling on your phone? How much is wasted overthinking instead of acting? How much goes into activities that don't improve your future? Every minute wasted is gone forever. The formula for time mastery: prioritize what truly matters. Many people confuse being busy with being productive. They fill their schedules but achieve very little. Success comes from doing fewer things but doing them exceptionally well. Ask yourself, is this task bringing me closer to my goals? Will this matter in 5 years? Am I doing this because it's important or just because it's easy? If the answer isn't aligned with growth, cut it out. Learn to say no without guilt. One of the biggest reasons people fail with time is because they say yes to everything. A friend invites them to waste hours gossiping. They say yes. A random event steals the whole evening. They say yes. Social notifications constantly interrupt. They give in. Successful people treat their time like gold. Apply the 80-20 rule. This principle states that 80% of results come from just 20% of your actions. 80% of success comes from 20% of tasks. 80% of income comes from 20% of clients. 80% of happiness comes from 20% of experiences. So instead of spreading yourself thin on low value activities, focus on the 20% that creates real results. Once you do, your entire life will change. 9. Decision making, the skill that determines your destiny. Every choice you make shapes your future. Think about it. Choosing the right career can make you wealthy, while the wrong one can make you miserable. Choosing the right partner can bring joy, while the wrong one can cause years of pain. Good habits create success, bad habits can destroy everything. Every successful person has mastered decision making. The problem is, most people struggle with it. They overthink, seek too many opinions, delay action, and end up making no decision at all. How to decide wisely without overthinking. Stop asking everyone for their input. The more voices you hear, the more confused you'll be. Only you truly know what's best for your life. Ask yourself, what do I really want? What are the long-term consequences? Will this move me forward or hold me back? Use the 10-10-10 rule. Ask, how will I feel about this decision in 10 minutes? In 10 months? In 10 years? This shifts your focus from short-term emotions to long-term impact. Take action and learn as you go. No decision will ever be perfect. Mistakes happen, but the worst mistake is indecision. Winners decide quickly and adjust along the way. Once you build confidence in your choices, you'll never feel lost again. 10. Self-discipline. The ultimate divider. Between winners and losers. Everyone has dreams, but very few achieve them. Why? Because they lack discipline. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline keeps you moving even when you don't feel like it. With discipline, you don't need constant inspiration. You don't need luck. You don't need to feel ready. Discipline is the bridge that connects goals to achievement. Master it, and nothing can stop you. We've now covered 10 life-changing personality development skills that can completely transform your life. But remember, knowledge alone is useless without action. What matters is applying these principles consistently. Start small, practice daily, and you'll see dramatic improvements in your confidence, success, and mindset. Your growth is entirely in your hands. Keep learning, keep improving, and never stop working toward the best version of yourself. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more lessons that will reshape your life. Let's continue learning, growing, and succeeding together.